Hello guys, what is going on? And welcome to the last, I guess, episode maybe, or series information video on the Can versus Zen events that have been going on throughout 2014. We finally reached the last one, and we are planning to go out with a bang. Well, hopefully only Zen goes out with a bang. I prefer not to go out at all, but the explanation for this will I guess occur and start now. So I'll hand over to Zen so he can start off with the explanation of the last event.
Well, you forgot to mention the score, and the score is 3-2 to Canman, and the reason for that is that Guthix has been on his side, and he's in the call right now as well. So say hi.
Hello.
Oh yes.
How are you guys doing?
This event couldn't have happened without Guthix, because he was the main I guess architect of this event. We'll explain it soon. But what is that? What were the previous events, Can, and who won them?
This is asking a lot of me on the spot, but I believe there was a certain ARMA event that you won.
Yeah.
And then there was a certain SARA event.
What?
No, that was something else.
All right, Guthix has the answer to this.
There was a heist event.
That's right. That's
Zen
right.
won. There was a Cast of Wars event, which Zen won.
Yeah.
Or as I can. Shoot. I'm doing a can.
I won it.
You guys get it?
And then KK Can won it. And then next Can won. So it's 3-2 to Canman. We've been building up to this event for a while, haven't we, Can? We've been talking about it in our streams. But our original idea was drastically different to what Guthix had in mind, didn't he? And he's going to explain the idea that he came up with. What is it, Guthix?
So basically what we're going to do is
Guthix,
we are going to
let him
buy
explain
100 spins each, and whoever gets the most valued item out of their spins
Christmas guide
is the winner.
Well, that was close.
Oh, damn it.
But
Okay.
the real event is going to be a boss race. So just like any race, there's going to be obstacles. And in this race, the obstacles are some bosses. So we're going to be at each boss, well, almost every boss. And to pass that boss, we're going to have to get a unique item from each one.
Yeah.
So we're going to be starting off at the Giant Mole. So the Giant Mole unique items are... Zen?
Yes, we came up with 3 that we could find. The Numbing Root, Clingy Mole, and D2H. And those are the only non-guaranteed unique items that are tradable, so they'll be in coin share.
Followed by DK, Giant Mole, we will be going to DKs.
Yep.
So at DKs, we will need to get 3 items. It doesn't matter where they come from, as long as 3 items in total. After DKs, we will make a trip to the God Wars, starting off with Armadillo, SARA, Bandos, and then ZAMMY. And these will be in hard mode, as well as the Giant Mole previously. So it should be epic, not boring. After the God Wars, we will be heading to CORP. So we will be looking for a Spirit Shield there, or a Sigil, or...
Holy Elixir.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
So after CORP, we will be heading to Nex. And I'm sure I don't need to mention what unique items are at Nex. Can. And then we will be heading to the KALPHITE King for a few Dragor drops.
Oh yes.
After KALPHITE, we will be heading to Rots in 4-man teams, of course.
Yep. No CS.
And-
This is probably the only one that won't have CS.
Yep. And we will be there until one of us gets a drop, or...
One of us gets dropped.
Yes. After Rots, we will be at VORAGO for the final challenge of the event.
Yeah, I'll explain.
And to pass VORAGO, you need to get 5 successful kills. That's 5, not 4. And you need to get 5 successful kills, oh geez, or a unique item, being the one... Singularity, yeah. Or the pet.
If someone gets a pet, I'm gonna be so mad. Unless it's me. But
I'll be mad then, mate.
VORAGO is the only exception to this rule of having to get an item or the other leader die before you can skip that boss. And that's because it's a final boss, and it would be kind of harsh to have to camp VORAGO till you get a seismic, unless you get extremely lucky, of course. So yeah, that's the only exception, I believe. And the unique items are, well, I won't list it all now, but you can see it on screen now, I guess, and can. If you want to explain about the coin share agreements.
Yeah, so wherever possible, we thought that we would, well, we agreed that we would use the coin share system so that we can more clearly see who got what drop, I guess, and that way we can be able to move on with the events much quicker. However, this will not be the case for ROTS or VORAGO, depending on the team, mainly because for ROTS you get a server announcement, and for VORAGO a lot of people like to FFA and then split after you get it, so that could depend a lot on trust, depending on whether or not we decide to go that way, but whoever does get the drop will have to have aided the kill in a significant role either way, so they can't just be leeching, which is a nice thing, I guess.
Yeah. We do ask that you read up or watch up on guides if you haven't been to any of these, because if when we're streaming, obviously there's a delay, so we can't explain what to do when it actually comes to having to do it, especially at bosses like VORAGO and KK. So that's the reason we ask you to at least watch it, even if you haven't actually experienced going to these bosses. At least watch guides and stuff to familiarize yourself, I guess. Wouldn't you say that, Cam?
I would.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm under the pressure of Zen.
Well, it's kind of needed for VORAGO, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely.
But for the others, not so much. And what else? You can downgrade from hard mode GWD if people want to. We both have to agree though, because the main reason I can think of that we downgrade is that you take too much damage, isn't it, Cam? And maybe if you don't have enough people, you would find it quite difficult to do hard mode, especially because some of the bosses can hit extremely hard being hard mode. That was the worst joke I've ever done. But anyway, let's move on.
Yes, I agree, Zen. Let's continue and prolong the awkward moment by commenting on it, Zen. Zen, you are a fail. Zen,
I'll kill
Probably
you,
my
mate.
fault.
you're almost on my level, Zen. I'm still worse.
Gonna win this. All right. Do you want to talk about how ROTS is going to work in terms of deaths?
Sure, why not? So, as Zen explained, if you die, the other team gets to skip a boss on certain bosses. However, in ROTS, that only really counts if you being me or Zen, are the first or second person to die in our team. So leaders, obviously, me and Zen, don't be on Torag's side, because if you want
actually, Torag isn't too bad, because you only have to die third or fourth for it not to count, right? So
what?
I mean, the death counts as a death for the purpose of being able to skip the boss, only if you die first or second in the team.
Yep.
If you're soloing a side, it's bound to be the case that you're probably the third or fourth person to die, in which case it won't count.
To be honest, I think that was a good call with Torag, because generally, if you're on Torag's side and the one person dies, Torag goes on you, you're most likely to be grounded, and then you're kind of more likely to die, a lot more likely to die, especially if you get spun on. So
yeah, that's one special thing for ROTS. I do think ROTS is the one people, me and Ken, are likely to die, especially me. I die so much at ROTS. I just have to make sure I tank up at least until 2 other people have died. But anyway, one final thing which we decided to put in just to make it so that it was fair was, well, Gothic's going to explain it. It's about teleports, isn't it?
Alright, so throughout the whole event, we're going to allow the team leaders to teleport out 5 times while the boss is still alive. The 6th time this happens, it's going to be equal to a death, so when that happens, the other team will be able to skip their boss, as long as it's not VORAGO.
Yep. So yeah,
And-
that's pretty simple because we only added that because we don't want the leaders to keep telling out so that they don't die and come back in.
Yeah, you can teleport out as long as the boss isn't active, isn't out
Yeah.
for
And-
group banks and whatnot.
Yeah, that's fine. Do remember though, because if you're not in the fight when someone gets a unique item, if the leaders aren't, then it won't count. Obviously, the leaders have to be there, and I'm gonna have to ask Can for proof via screenshots or push
Damn.
because it has to be him that screenshots it, just for proof that he was there. Right, Ken?
Damn.
So
No, you're wrong, Zen. I'm just gonna
Lol.
say that just to make it awkward.
lol.
But no, you are right. Zen is right. I am sorry, but I'm gonna have to start taking pictures. I don't like this.
Yeah. That's about it for the rules. It does sound like it's complicated, but actually it's fairly simple compared to a KK event at least. That one was way too complicated for anyone's liking, wasn't it? Had
Yeah,
a
you
set-
kind of told me the rules, and I just went KK. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, but these rules are simple. In a sense, it's like a race. Well, it is a race where you can only move on if you get a drop.
Or if the other team dies, leader dies.
That is the main. That's the main way it works. There are some little things to do with what happens if they die and which bosses and so on. But that's the main thing as far as the event's concerned. Now, what time is it going to be? Unfortunately, I have to leave on Sunday morning. And for that reason, we're going to have to start fairly early on Saturday because this is not an event that can be timed, is it?
No.
It could take either forever or just a couple of hours if you're
Let's hope it
extremely
doesn't
lucky.
take forever, because I've got work to do too. And if I take forever playing games, mate, I will not last forever.
Yeah. So yeah, I realize it could take us as long as 24 hours if we're unlucky, with Can not dying and tanking like a beast, or it could take 2 hours if Can dies 10 times. So
Mate.
so yeah, we decided to go with a 12 p.m. GMT start time. I believe that's 6 a.m. Sorry, Central.
6 a.m. Central, 7 a.m. Eastern, and 4 a.m. Pacific.
All right, that's good. That's good. You can convert it to Central European. I don't remember what the time zones are now. But yeah, we will start streaming a bit earlier than 12 p.m. GMT, I believe, Can. And yeah, do you want to explain the FCs as usual?
Yep. It's the same FCs as every other event. So Tech Space Pros for, I believe, my FC, Can Man, Team Can, and Tech Pros without any spaces for Team Zen.
Yep. And obviously activate CS. We're going to decide on the worlds later on. Not too sure at the moment. You can come and join us when you feel like it. Unfortunately, we're going to have to say bye to a few people when we go to ROTS, because only 4 people can go. But obviously, as soon as we're done with ROTS, we'll go VORAGO. So you can rejoin when we're at VORAGO. I hope Can's laptop is fixed. He didn't tell them, but you want to explain the situation briefly?
Guys, I have made a very big mistake. So I tried to install Linux as a dual boot, so 2 operating systems on 1 laptop. I kind of messed it up and clicked on the wrong setting, which meant that I erased my whole hard drive, and yeah, recovering the data was too much hassle. So looks like
Just
I'm
slapping
stuck on
yourself,
Linux
Can.
now.
Yeah, we'll be webcamming if we can. I'll definitely be doing it. I'm not sure about Can. Depends on if he fixes that. I'll be streaming it this time as usual. Well, not as usual, but yeah, I'll be streaming it this time. And something about the 24-hour event. So if it doesn't take 24 hours, even if I have to leave, Can will continue, I believe. That's what you promised him.
Yes.
Silence. Anyway. Is he even there? Anyway, yeah, I think Can will continue. He told me he would continue the event if
He
I
did.
have to leave. And I'm not sure if I'm missing anything else. If we are, please tell us. And we are looking forward to it massively. We've been planning it for ages, so please come
Months.
to it. If I win it, it'll be 3-all. Yeah, months. It'll be 3-all, so we do need a tiebreaker. But if Can wins it, he'll win Canvases in 2014. We haven't really thought of a tiebreaker. I guess we can ask people at the event. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you to Guthix and Canman.
Sorry, Can, for this.
You're welcome, Guthix.
Can doesn't even know.
Nope.